Okay.
We're going to be looking at the life and teachings of Jesus.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
before you think, oh no, not this again.
Right.
Not just the greatest hits.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going beyond the surface level here.
Okay.
We've got this book called Master of Love
Yeah.
that seems to be a collection of excerpts or maybe a companion piece
Mm-hmm.
to The Desire of Ages.
Interesting. And The Desire of Ages is kind of a classic when it comes to commentaries on Jesus' life.
Right.
It's known for its beautiful writing style and its focus on Jesus' character and motivations.
Yeah, it promises to be a really evocative book.
Definitely.
So, we know the basic story,
Sure.
the miracles, the parable,
Right, right.
the whole deal. But this deep dive is about understanding the man,
Mm-hmm.
the teacher,
Yeah.
this figure who inspired a global faith.
Exactly. And the way this book frames it as Master of Love is already giving us a lens to view this material through. It suggests we're going to be looking at Jesus through the lens of compassion, empathy, and well-love.
And some of these chapter titles really grab you,
Yeah.
like the crisis in Galilee.
Oh, yeah.
It makes you wonder what was going on in Galilee at that time.
Right.
Was it political turmoil, social unrest,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even an ecological crisis?
Mm.
And how did Jesus navigate that specific situation?
It's fascinating to consider the historical context.
Yeah.
Galilee in the first century was a melting pot of cultures and ideologies
Right.
under Roman rule.
Of course.
And with various religious factions vying for power. So any crisis in that environment would have been multi-layered and complex.
Then there's a chapter called Barriers Broken Down. What kind of barriers are we talking about here?
Okay.
Social barriers between different classes or ethnic groups, religious barriers between Jews and Gentiles, or even personal barriers, those walls we build up around ourselves.
It makes you think about how Jesus challenged the norms and conventions of his time.
Right.
He constantly reached out to those who were marginalized,
Yes.
ostracized, considered untouchable,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a radical act of love, even by today's standards.
Let's check this out.
Okay.
The true sign.
Right.
Okay, we know Jesus performed miracles.
Yeah.
But what's this true sign?
Right.
Is the book hinting at something beyond the physical wonders?
Mm-hmm.
Something more profound and lasting?
Perhaps the true sign is the transformative power of love itself.
Mm.
The way it can heal brokenness bridge, divides, and inspire hope.
Wow.
It's not just about the spectacle, but about the enduring impact of compassion.
Okay, this next one sounds like a suspense novel.
Oh, really?
Among snares.
Yeah.
It paints a picture of danger,
Okay.
of hidden traps.
Okay.
Who was trying to catch Jesus out and what were their motivations?
This speaks to the political intrigue that surrounded Jesus' ministry.
Okay.
The religious authorities saw him as a threat to their power and influence, and they constantly sought to discredit or entrap him. It's a reminder that speaking truth to power often comes with a price.
The source material even promises to tackle some of Jesus's most perplexing and controversial sayings.
Sure.
You know, those ones that leave you scratching your head
Right.
and maybe even spark some heated debates.
Right, like the pronouncements on wealth and poverty, forgiveness and judgment. These are sayings that challenge our assumptions and force us to grapple with uncomfortable truths.
And I think that's what's so compelling about this whole exploration.
Yeah.
It's not about rote memorization of scripture,
Right.
but about encountering these teachings in a fresh, thought-provoking way.
It's about allowing ourselves to be challenged, to question our own biases and preconceptions,
Right.
and maybe to emerge transformed by the encounter.
Beautifully put.
Oh.
It reminds me that the book description calls this a journey of love with the Master himself. It invites us to approach this deep dive with open hearts, not just open minds.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could ask the author one question
Yeah.
about their take on Jesus's teachings, what would it be? What burning question do you have about the Master of Love?
What a great question to ponder.
Right.
And if you find yourself wanting to delve even deeper, I highly recommend checking out either Master of Love itself or the full text of The Desire of Ages. It's a journey worth taking.
Absolutely.